I started reading RuriDragon, and I don't know what to make of it. The art is really nice, it's simple, but the character design is captivating enough, and the first chapter of this manga really led me to believe that there was something interesting here. However, the follow-up chapters have been really lackluster. I know it's only been running for a few weeks, but RuriDragon, created by Masaoki Shindo, is the perfect ongoing case study for what leads to a successful Shonen Jump series in 2023. Ruri Aoki is a high school girl who wakes up one morning with horns on her head. When her mom sees her, she's pretty nonchalant. At that point, Ruri gets a huge bombshell. She's actually part dragon, her dad being the dragon half. And just like puberty, she's going to come into a bunch of dragon traits, the horns being the first. As Ruri gets to school, her classmates aren't that turned off by the horns. They actually think it's pretty cool. Even the teacher is alright with it. At this point, you get the ongoing joke of the manga. It's very deadpan, and it seems like it's going to try to build up the story around the characters and their environment instead of the uniqueness of Ruri and her horns. However, the follow-up chapters are so boring. Nothing happens at all. I was super excited with the first chapter because when another one of Ruri's dragon traits arise during the middle of class, you see that the mangaka wants to paint these changes in a realistic fashion. Ruri bleeds profusely just from blowing out a little bit of fire, and her mom explains to her that her body is going to adapt to these changes over time, but there are going to be other switch-ups that she isn't going to be aware about until they actually happen. You get a vibe that Ruri and her father, whom she doesn't know at all, are going to have some sort of connection or meetup eventually to discuss why he hasn't been in her life and what she's going to do with these dragon powers. But we get no hint to anything like that at all with the follow-up chapters. The kids go to Starbucks, they talk about studying, and it leads me to believe that this manga is going to be a slice of life, which is fine. I don't hate slice of life. I don't mind mangas that have long periods of slice of life moments, but I think it's a very risky thing to put such lame, lackadaisical characters and moments so early on in such a mainstream manga. Dororon is on the verge of being cancelled because of how generic it is. That shit reads like it came from a lab, and I'm not surprised it's gotten such lukewarm reception since it came out. RuriDragon has only been out for 6 weeks, and already the mangaka needs a break for overwork. I don't know what work they've been putting into this manga. I feel no connection at all to any of the supporting cast. I only really care about Ruri and her MILF mom, and maybe the father, but I'm not getting any sense of urgency with introducing the dad with this manga. I'm really looking forward to seeing how RuriDragon develops. The art, while plain, is still very clean, and I think this story definitely has potential. We've seen some gems so far in the first 5 chapters, but unless there is a Madoka-like shift in tone pretty soon, I don't see how this is going to be a manga that's going to warrant any sort of interest going further. Would I recommend RuriDragon? Yeah, if you're into Shonen Jump series, sure. Because you're definitely going to see some sort of battle aspect or rom-com, or maybe even a tripling down on the slice of life elements. I'm not sure what's going to happen with RuriDragon, but I'm hoping that this fantasy slice of life series is able to put a spin on those tropes and create something interesting, because this MC is cool, and I would love to see something unique like this become a powerhouse in Shonen Jump. I'm giving this manga a 4 out of 10.